Yo, what's happening, YouTube? LK here. So y'all see the thumbnail? Yeah, man. I really miss that dude. DMX, man. I really do. He was a cool dude. I remember I played DMX a lot in my life when I was going through a lot of stuff that helped me. Um, this is what I wanted to make this video for. I know it's a lot of y'all men out there going through certain shit, and I know y'all sitting there. Some of y'all sit there thinking, if one more thing happened, I'm gonna break. If one more piece of bad news finds its way to my ears, I'm gonna lose my mind. I know. I done been there a time or two, or three or four. Just don't give up. Alright, don't. Sometimes control of a situation is taken out of your hands just to show you how well you can or can't control yourself. Don't forget that. I'm gonna tell y'all a story, right? But before I do, check out this clip.
Sometimes we won't know what God is willing to do for us until we're in a situation where only God can do it for us. God won't walk you to what he won't walk you through. Woo. He won't walk you to what he won't walk you through. Like I said earlier, God is the only one who can have a bad situation become a beautiful situation without ever changing the situation. The only thing, listen, the story has already been written. It speaks on before we were born and refers to after we're gone. So if the story has already been written, if the story has already been written and it goes from A to Z and we around Q somewhere, then what makes us think as his creations that we can change any aspect?
He won't walk you to what he won't walk you through. He can take a bad situation and make it into a beautiful situation without ever even changing the situation. Man. So look, right? I'm gonna tell y'all a real story about what happened to me once when I was about 17. I was 17 years old. Never forget it, right? I remember I was 17 and I had my very first car, right? It was a 98 two-door candy apple red Saturn. It was one of those little sporty ones too. Had the sunroof and shit. I thought I was I was the man with my little Saturn, right? And I had the tents on it, and I remember something had happened to me where I had to live in that car. I will never forget those days. I was homeless for a few months, and I had to live in that car. And I had my trunk was my closet. I had my clothes and stuff in there. And this is not a big car either. This was a little like sports car. Google it. It's like a 98 two-door red Saturn. I remember I was up. I had a job. I was working at this little retirement home as like a server. So I didn't make that much. Um, and I remember I never complained too much. because I always had this way of thinking where I would always try to find the good in it somewhere, right? So I I remember I used to thank God. Listen, if I don't have nowhere to stay, at least I got a car that I can live in. And this was when it was hot outside. This was during the summertime, and I had thanked him for that too. I said, man, at least it ain't cold out here. Where I gotta keep the car on all night with the heat on, burn. You know what I'm saying? Burning gas. I thought like that, and I remember, shit, Christ, thinking about that brings back memories, man. Like hard memories.
This is a certified hood classic.
I I remember every night when I was about to go to sleep, when I would get off of work, I didn't feel safe sleeping nowhere else. It was I just felt weird. So I would always go to the church parking lot that I used to go to. I would go to that church parking lot, and I would just sleep there because that's the only place that I kind of felt safe, right? And I was just a little young ass kid. I didn't know nothing about life. And I remember, I won't ever forget it. I didn't have any food. I didn't have any money to buy the food either. I hadn't got paid and shit. My gas tank was starting to run low, and I was like, Lord, what am I gonna do? I don't have any money to buy any food. I need some food. I need some gas. And I remember I was sitting there and I started having very evil thoughts. I thought about robbing someone, right? Even even telling the story brings me chills. But I know the story is gonna help someone. So listen, right? I thought about robbing somebody because I didn't have no food. I didn't have any gas, and I knew if I don't have no gas, I can't make it to work, and I might get fired. Then I really would be fucked up, right? I'm like, yo, I don't know what I'm gonna do. God ain't saying anything. I was like, yo, I might go rob me somebody. And then I stopped and I thought, I said, wait a minute, nah, that's not me. How I look going out there robbing somebody else for what they worked hard for. And I'm gonna put them in the same situation that I'm in. Why would God bless me then? Why would he look out for me if I do somebody else bad like that? When I got a choice, either I can go out there and rob and do that to someone, or I can sit here and wait on God, just like the Bible said. He will not put those to shame that wait on him. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna wait and see what God do. The next day I go to work. I had just enough gas to get to work, and man, I get tears just thinking, you know what I'm saying, thinking about the story. I was at work, and it was time to go home, and a friend of mine there, right? She said, "Yo, look, my mom said I gotta cut this grass when I go home. I don't feel like cutting it, yo. You want to come over and cut it for me? I'll just pay you something." I was like, "Shit, yeah, okay, fuck yeah." No one at the job knew that what was actually going on with me. I was like, "Yeah, okay, cool, bet." I'm like, "Yo, that's wild. That is crazy." So I go over there, right, and I cut the grass, and she pays me. Now, mind you, I'm standing out there in the yard counting everything that she had just paid me, right? I hadn't said nothing to God at all. I was, just counting, and I remember thinking to myself, yo, I don't have enough for food and gas. I gotta make a choice here, yo. I don't know what I'm gonna do, and I'm sitting there trying to think, like, yo, what am I gonna do? Food or gas? Food or gas? Food or gas? And as I'm sitting there thinking that, I lie to you not, she come back outside like, yo, look, I just ordered this sub, right? They made the wrong sub. Like they bought me the wrong sub. I don't want this sub. Do you want this sub? I said, yo, this is crazy. This is crazy. That just goes to show you how close God really is. God hears and reads. He sees your thoughts. He hears your thoughts. He knows what's going on in your mind at all times. God is closer than the air you breathe. Never forget that. So I'm standing out there about the Crocs. I'm like, yo, I didn't even ask God for no food. He knew what I had need of. And I remember I was so overjoyed. So I go in the house to eat it, right? And I eat. And I remember after I ate, I had to go to the bathroom, right? So I said, "Yo, where's your bathroom I can use?" She was like, "Yo, the closest one is downstairs. You just go use that one. Go all the way down, go around, go down the hall, blah blah." All right, bet. So I go down there, use the bathroom, and I'm washing my hands, right? I turn the water off, and I'm about to dry my hands. So I'm trying to find something in there to dry it with. So the sink was here. There's a wall here. So I turned to the wall to see if there's like a towel rack or something there. No towel rack, but there was a footprints in the sand picture hanging on the wall. All my life, I had saw that painting, but never really read it. Never saw one that had the whole words there, right? So something just drew me to it. So I had read it, and it was saying about the footprints in the sand, and it was two footprints in the sand. Then when his life got the hardest, he turned around and saw one, and he got mad at God, like, God, why'd you leave me when I needed you the most? And God said, I didn't leave you. You only see one set of footprints because I carried you. Yo, I stood there in that bathroom and cried. I sat there on the fucking toilet and just cried because it was like God was talking to me, letting me know that everything that I need, He's gonna help me. He's gonna turn this situation around without really even changing it, just to show me that He's there and to reward me for not doing what I was gonna do at first and go rob someone. Instead, I chose to wait on Him. And just like that book said, that old book that they call just an old book, it said, He will not put those to shame that wait on Him. And that's what I chose to do. Then after that, right, after I ate, went and got some gas, went to my little church, and I went to sleep. The next day, uh, my I had met up with one of my homeboys, and then I had told him what was going on. He was like, yo, my mom's not gonna let you stay here, but when she goes to work, you can just come on over and slide through and bathe and take a nap. I was like, wow, yo, that's pretty wild. Then they one of my other homeboys used to work at CVS.
This is a certified hood classic.
They would go and steal me food to eat. They would go and make sure. I don't know if they stole it or they would buy it or they would just get it because he worked there or what. But they would get me food. They would always make sure that I would eat. It was little things like that. That story I never forgot. And that's one of the things that always taught me to depend on God. So I don't know what you might be going through out there, but it gets better. Don't give up. Don't give in to certain thoughts that you have that you know are wrong. God will always make a way. And like I said, sometimes some things are taken out. Some control of some things are taken out of your hands just to show you how well you can or can't control yourself. And I saw that I could. I let go and I let God, and He helped me every step of the way until I got somewhere else to stay. So, and then I come from that to this. Like it's man, weeping may always endure for a night, but joy will always come if you wait on Him. Yeah, I just wanted to get on here and show y'all that clip and tell you that story because I know somewhere down the line that story's gonna help somebody. And I knew a long time ago because I remember driving down the street around that time, and I had asked God, why so much pain and stress and misfortune? And He said, how can you help pull someone else out of the mud if you never been in it yourself? And I didn't have nothing to say. Right. Uh, So I just said, yeah. Sometimes it's really amazing when you ask God things and He, talks back. Because the old folks would always teach us as kids, don't ever question God. That's not true. And I'm gonna tell you why it's not. They were just a little bit confused and didn't know any better. It's a difference between questioning God and asking God a question. God wants you to ask Him things because He wants to tell you. All right. Questioning God is, hey, I don't know if God know what He doing. I don't think He know. Was God right in this? That is questioning God. But you can ask God anything you want. All right. So yeah, man. Holla at y'all. Yo, stay strong, Kings. It gets better. Trouble don't last always. All right. Peace.